Hi everyone, Mrs. Rebelke here. I am just going to record a quick screencast to walk you through how to type out your paragraph organizer into a paragraph. And I know that this seems like a pretty easy idea. However, every year we kind of have students struggle with making sure that as they transfer it over into a paragraph, that it looks the right way and that the sentences are in the correct order. So what you're seeing on your screen in front of you is one of the example paragraph organizers, and I chose the one that talks about what are the advantages and or disadvantages to distance learning. And so what I would have you do, or what I would suggest that you do, is actually open up your paragraph organizer for Malcolm X and split screen with the Google Doc that's attached to your assignment, so that way you can see both at the same time. Typically, you'd have this on paper in front of you. However, that's not the case right now, so I think split screening will save you the most trouble. I'll get there in just a second. I really think, however, the first thing that will help you along in this process is to actually go and number your boxes in your paragraph organizer so you know which order they go in. I know that you can see the arrows that kind of help you figure out which way to go, but I think numbering the boxes will also help you as well. So I'm going to number them here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, follow there up to 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so this will help you kind of keep track of what you're typing out as you're typing it, and that you should know that you should follow the number order. So then my next step is to open up split screen. So if you haven't done that before, you'll just drag your finger up at the bottom of your iPad, hold down onto the app you want to open. So in this case, I'm going to open up Docs. Move it up over here to the side, and I already have open the paragraph template that you have shared with you through your Canvas assignment. And then this is a little small because it's a picture, so I'm going to make that a little bit bigger and easier for me to see. Okay, and then I'm going to start with filling out my document. So you can see it asks for first and last name. We'd like you to actually put your first and last name. Okay, your block. I'm just going to go with block 2, and it's term 1, which is an A. So I'm going to go with A2, and then the date. I'm typing it today, which is Tuesday, so I'm going to put the 22nd, 2020, okay? And then you can see that we've already named it for you, and we've already pre-formatted it, okay? Because this is part of the rubric that you are formatting your paragraph correctly. So you can see, right, it says erase these words and type your paragraph here. Use 12-point font and black color, double space as well, please. I know it's fun to sometimes type in like bright pink or bright yellow. However, we are doing academic writing, so we want it to be in the typical black color, and it's easier to read. Now, if you go ahead and delete this, you just want to be careful that you don't undo the formatting. So I'm just going to delete it this way. Of course, you could also, right, copy it all and delete it. But I'm going to do it this long way here as you watch. Okay, so I've already indented my paragraph. That's why it starts here. However, if you end up deleting too far and you go back out, you press Tab on your keyboard, okay? And then just to go over this now so you know, this A up in the right-hand corner is also what's going to space things for you, okay? This is where you get to your font and your size, and then paragraph, and your spacing should be 2, okay? Now that's already set for you, but just in case something happens, you know where to find that. So you don't need to write the question down in the paragraph, okay? You're not typing that. The very first thing you're going to type is your topic sentence, because that, as you can see here, right, is the first sentence. So I'm just copying over the sentence that I wrote in my paragraph organizer, okay? Distance learning offers both advantages and disadvantages. Okay, simple. Now, please make sure you are writing complete sentences in your paragraph organizer boxes. If you aren't doing that, then when you transfer your sentences over, you're gonna have to make sure that you're making those complete sentences. So now that we've done topic sentence, okay, this is typically where I'd ask what sentence comes next. You're just gonna follow that arrow, okay? And you're gonna start with the very next sentence. Now here's the part where we see the most confusion. It is the next sentence, okay, not the next paragraph. So the only thing you're doing, okay, is putting a space between your period and your next sentence, okay? Do not press return and start a new paragraph. All of your sentences need to be next to each other to create one paragraph, okay? So then I'm gonna start with the next one. To start, comma, you can learn and work at your own pace. Pace during distance learning. Okay, and you can see here that we wrote it as DL to save space here, but I'm actually typing it out, in the paragraph. Okay, so you can see that my sentences are right next to each other. Again, I want to show you, you don't want it to look like this. Now you have two separate paragraphs, okay? We want it all to be one. All of your sentences should be next to each other, okay? And then again, we move on to the next sentence. To explain, students can work at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. and rewatch lessons if needed, okay? So again, I'm continuing on in this same paragraph. So I'm just putting spaces between the period, okay? I've always been taught to put 2 spaces before the next sentence. I do believe that maybe it's been taught that you have 1. I use 2, that's just how I'm used to doing it. So then I'm gonna move on to where my next arrow and my next number is 4 for clarification. And I start with students have more control of their learning and can work when it works best for them. Okay, so I'm continuing on. Now, make sure that this is also another tricky part. Do not come down here to your conclusion. This is at the very, very end of your paragraph. You're gonna move up, right, to number 5, your second claim that comes next. You start with that transition. However, distance learning also has disadvantages when it comes to technology, okay? And you know the drill here. We're then moving down to 6 to our next piece of evidence to illustrate glitches and technological issues can make it hard to learn. Now you can see I also use the full word, not just tech. Okay, use technological, right? Because it is an academic paragraph. So I'm making sure to use proper language. Okay, and then I move down to my clarification for this part for evidence 2. So this means that if technology isn't working right, kids get frustrated and give up on their learning. Okay, now that I've completed the whole second set, claim 2, evidence 2, clarification 2, then I'm finally moving down to my conclusion because I'm done with my whole paragraph. And I start with my last box, number 8. All in all, there are some advantages and disadvantages to distance learning. And I'm done, okay? This part should be really easy. You've done all of the hard work in your paragraph organizer. Now all you're doing is transferring it over into your paragraph. And you can see that it's all together to make one paragraph. So if I just clear out my Notability, so you can just completely see it on the screen, okay, you can see that, and I like to show print layout, you can see that it's one paragraph. Okay, this is how it should look. All 8 sentences are next to each other. Okay, this is what you want it to look like. You have your name, your block, your date, your title, and your paragraph. It's double spaced. You have your you indent on your paragraph, and you're good to go. I would reread it to yourself before you turn it in to make sure that you don't have any spelling mistakes or errors as you were typing it over, and then you should be good to go. So I'm going to actually take a screenshot of this And I will make sure that it is available in Canvas so that you can take a look and make sure that you are doing it correctly. Okay, when you're done with this video, please go back into the mini lesson from how to create an organizer into your paragraph and take a look at the other teacher tips we have available for you to help make sure that you are ready to turn in your Malcolm X paragraph. Okay, good luck.